Peace, love, harmony, and light. Hey, what's up, family? This is Chief Kalanago with another video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a few things. Well, pretty much not a few. Yes, a few things, but I'm going to target one specific topic. But however, I may go into different, variations and examples just to or analogies just to make my point. Okay. It is said lately I have seen or heard of people are promoting a video that people talking about Trump calling a so-called black woman a dog. Of course, that so-called black woman is Omarosa. Okay, now my perspective on that, it may bother some people, but one thing with me you have to realize is this: I'm always going to keep it real. I'm always going to keep it 100. And for me, it's facts over feelings. So right now, I'm on the CNN website, and I'm going to read some of what Trump said. And I will put the link in the description below the video, and you could make sense out of it for yourself. It says, on CNN, okay? President Donald Trump on Tuesday referred to former White House staffer Omarosa Manigault Newman as a dog. Okay, now it says, he said, quote and unquote, he said, when you give a crazed, crying lowlife a break and give her a job at the White House, I guess it just didn't work out. Good work by General Kelly for quickly firing that dog, Trump tweeted. All right. It says Manigault Newman, an African-American woman, is currently on a massive publicity tour for her explosive book. All right. Now, once again, everything is about commerce. You worked with the man for how many years all of a sudden? And all of a sudden, you have a book coming out, then, you're trying to get sales. Now, I'm not saying that she is lying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I have a couple of issues with this whole story. Number one, why are you calling yourself a black woman? Number two, why are you calling yourself an African American when you know the truth? She's a highly educated woman, very, very, very well decorated in terms of, educational wise. So you know that you're not black, you know that you're not African American, but you are playing the game that they paid you to play. Now the tables are being turned, and now you're turning your boss into your enemy. Once again, I am not saying that gives him the right to call her a dog, but let me ask you, a lot of people are up in roar about him calling her a dog. Well, let me ask you, you see, I tell people, and that's where I stand, on a whole different plateau from different people with their views, because I keep it real. And like I said, once again, I deal with facts and not feelings. Now, what's a dog? A dog is a female bitch, right? How many of our women go around proud to be bitches, calling themselves, I'm a bad bitch. Oh, this bitch is bad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, these bitches don't like me. Calling each other bitches. How many of our men call other women bitches? Why don't y'all get mad and attack those rappers and Hollywood that are constantly calling our women bitches? Isn't that the same as a female dog? Isn't that the same as a dog? So my thing is, you see, people always want to cast the blame on other ethnic groups and other people, but not take the responsibility to clean your own house. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. That is just my views on this. Once again, our people, now I'm not saying what Trump did was moral. I'm not saying that. Okay? But to be technical, you are property of the United States. And I am not saying what they do or what they did is moral. But to them, they could do what they want. It's their right. And please do not misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know the position that we are in as the American Aborigines, as the so-called black people in this land, and eventually, the world. We have to realize that, man, we are at war, okay? And it's been perpetrated as a black and white thing. It's a system of, really, it's about the have and the have-nots. Like I told y'all before, we are being governed by Romans, Germans, okay? Italians, Portuguese, all those people are descendants of Rome. And you have to realize what's going on, okay? So first, let us clean up our house. Let us start talking to BET, writing letters, even if BET is owned by a damn German, a Jew. But we need to stop supporting those things. All those radio stations that have these songs in syndication calling our women bitches and talking about how they want to kill niggas, they want to kill each other. Nobody's complaining. But every time you run into somebody, oh, that's my nigga. Everybody always want to kill the nigga, but you never want to kill the nigga in you. How many of our women proud to be called bitches? They call each other bitches. That's a dog. That's a female dog. So let us not be hypocritical and get all up, bent out of shape because Trump called Omarosa a bitch, which is a female dog. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's moral. That's not what I'm saying. The point I'm trying to make is we got to stop being hypocrites. We have to stop being hypocrites. And it also said that Malcolm X also quoted that the so-called black woman is the most disrespected woman in the world. Well, you know what? Because you call yourself black, you are taking up the curse of the pale man. Remember, the first people that was called black was the Caucasian people because the etymology of black is pale. So she was the most disrespected woman in the world until she started rising on the chain and looking for equal rights, okay, with her men. With their men, until our women fall into that trap and they got caught up in feminism. They got caught up in looking for equal rights, not realizing that was a plot to put down your brothers and make them feel inferior. So you have to realize the game that this enemy is playing. But a lot of y'all get caught up in your emotions. That's the problem. All right. I don't deal with black women. I don't deal with African Americans because that don't exist. That don't exist. Okay, that don't exist. I want to deal with women who know who they are. Aborigine women, American Aborigines. Whether you're an Aborigine of America or Asia or Africa or Europe, as long as you know you're an Aborigine and you are not black or African American, then it's all good. But when you get disrespected, don't get mad because you're disrespecting yourself. You're proud to be black. What is black? You're not black. Black is not a race. It's not an ethnicity. So we have to be real, man. We have to keep it real with ourselves. Okay? We have to keep it real with ourselves. And one thing you're always going to get from me is the truth. It's facts over feelings. All right? I'm not a Trump supporter. Shoot, I'm not an Obama supporter either. I just don't deal with politics, period, because I know it's not real. It's a game. It's an illusion. It's a facade. And people get caught up playing these games. All these things is propaganda to keep you distracted. Okay, keep you distracted. They cannot come and blatantly just wipe you out physically like that. So they have to set it up where the people could go against each other, white against black, black against black, so-called, that is. So Omarosa, you work with the man for how many years? Oh, you never had a problem, right? Now that you got fired, you don't work for him no more. You guys don't get along. All of a sudden, Trump is the worst man on earth. But when you was in his camp, you was his biggest supporter. And you know damn well you ain't black. You know you ain't African American because you're a highly educated woman. Well, supposedly. But you was playing the game because you was getting paid. So now you're writing a book, you're promoting. So now let me come out and say, well, this is what he was calling me. Whether he called you that or not is not the point. The point is our people are constantly disrespecting each other, calling each other bitches and hoes and niggas. And then when other people do it, y'all get mad. What give you a pass to call yourself that? All I'm just saying is, man, we have to clean up our home. We have to clean up ourselves before we could do anything else. And it have to start with self. We have to start respecting each other, man. For real. We got to stop fighting each other for real. We got to start supporting each other for real. It's the only way out. Because one thing you have to realize, every other ethnic group stick together Even if they don't get along, they stick together against us. Africans come here and stick together against us. Okay? Arabs, Jews, so-called Jews, Italians, Portuguese, Irish. It doesn't matter where they come from. They stick together as an ethnic group because it's us against the world. But y'all don't realize that. Y'all don't realize that. So it's either you're going to wake up, put in the work, or shut up, man. All right? I don't want to hear about your emotional feelings when it comes to people disrespecting you when you're disrespecting yourself. No. Nah, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Let us start calling these radio stations. Let us start putting these artists on blast. Let us stop supporting them. Let us stop listening to their music. When they keep calling our women bitches and hoes. And in every other song, they want to kill a brother or a sister, what they call a nigger. Let us stand up against that first. Okay? Let us stop calling each other Black and African American first. Before we worry about what other people are doing against us or about us. Let us fix ourselves first, amongst ourselves. That's the plan. That's how we have to put this thing in motion. Okay? So just to reiterate and summarize, Trump called Omarosa a dog, a female dog, a bitch. Okay? Now, hey, whether he's right or wrong, I don't care about that. The point what I do care about is our women on a whole, okay, standing up against everybody who calls them bitches, including themselves. Look within. Okay, when you hear your daughters calling themselves bitches, you correct them. When you hear sisters calling other sisters bitches, you correct them. I don't care if they get mad. When you hear your men calling you bitches and hoes, you put them in check. Okay? You have the gateway to the closest thing to heaven is between your legs. Okay? And you give it to them freely and they disrespect you. So who's to blame for that? You. Nobody else but you. Because everybody is so physical. Everybody's in their lower self, vibrating in their lower self, in their canalistic ways. Time to step up your vibrations. Okay? These men do what you say. It's not the other way around. You are in control. You don't even know that. Keep your legs closed and demand respect. It's the only way you're going to get it. And as men, we have to take responsibility as well. And when we hear our brothers calling our sisters bitches and hoes, we put them in check. Let us stop supporting that kind of music. Let's stop supporting that filth. Fix yourself before you fix anybody else. Stop being a hypocrite. And that's all I got to say on that. Like I said, facts over feelings. Chief Kalanago is always going to keep it real. And any of my sisters and my brothers that's ready to build, okay, my email is in the link below. We got work to do. Get your shit together. All right? Get it together. The emancipation of this so-called slavery is 2019. In 2020, they're going to drag you back into this slavery with the census. Get your shit together. And that's what I'm here for, to assist you. My email is in the link below. Time to do this. We got work to do. Peace, love, harmony, and light.